innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
We connect people. Have been for 100 years or so. How we get that done? Well, that won't always be the same. But why we connect people? Not in a million years is that ever going to change. We didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change when you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
WindCircle, operating since 1995. We combine quality customer service and experience with the right technology to meet your needs. Our cybersecurity certified technicians will make sure your systems are secure. Services offered are video and data cabling, service and support contracts, cutting-edge camera systems to door security devices. WindCircle has many hardware options: Dell, HP, Cisco, SonicWall, and Ruckus, to name a few. Our staff has over 30 years of combined network design and cabling experience at your disposal. Call us today, 605-224-1111, and request a free quote. Again, that's 605-224-1111.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Evergreen motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology, you'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Stay at Mobridge Country Inn and Guide Service, locally owned on Highway 12 and 20 West. Enjoy clean linens, plenty of amenities, and a comfortable stay with authentic country hospitality. The inn is within walking distance to most of the town's attractions. Guests can enjoy continental breakfast, barbecue grills, HD cable TV, microwaves, refrigerators, free Wi-Fi, and much more throughout the property. Book guided fishing trips through the front desk. Proud supporter of all South Dakota high school activities.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
This month in Grossenberg's calendar, it's their Kids Coloring Contest. If your kid is 6 to 12 years old, they can color the page on the calendar and bring it into your local Grossenberg location, where their staff will judge and your kid could win $100 in John Deere merchandise with their coloring contest only at Grossenberg Implement.
Service Master of Pier is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pier is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Regional High School Sports on KPLO is brought to you by Venture Communications, Wagner Auto, and Titan Machinery. Coverage of regional high school sports is also being brought to you by Bank West Insurance, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, the May Adam Law Firm, the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection, Riverview Power Sports in Oklahoma, Agtegra, Buy Right Seed, the Golden Buffalo Casino, CHS River Plains, and Darren Boyle Sales. Our coverage of regional high school football is also being brought to you tonight by the First Dakota National Bank, the Pierre Regional Airport, Access Health of Pierre, the Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, and by Avera Health, the Stanley County Booster Club, Ferdinand Electric, the Hawaii Federal Credit Union, Zander Auto Parts, and Bauman Lumber. John F. is our technical director at DRG Media Group's World Headquarters, and I'm Darren Boyle. We thank you for joining us tonight for coverage of regional high school football as we bring you the homecoming matchup for Stanley County. The Buffaloes 1-5 on the season as they take on Kimball White Lake, a team putting together a very good season. They set at 4-1, and as far as the playoffs are concerned, when you look at the overall seedings in Class 9 AA, Kimball White Lake right now currently with that 4-1 record and 42.4 seeding points finds himself as a number 9 overall seed, as 9 AA is very stacked with Elton Lake, Benton, and Parkston, the top 2 teams in 9 AA. Taking on Stanley County, who right now is sitting on the outside looking in as far as the playoff bubble is concerned, but tougher schedule for Stanley County than some teams, and if they can sneak away with a victory or perhaps 2 of their final 3 remaining games, they should be able to find themselves a way into the playoffs. But big challenge for them tonight against Kimball White Lake. Should be a good matchup here on a Friday night at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. Temperature in the upper 60s as we approach kickoff. There is a strong southeast wind, which will be at the back of one team, depending on which direction they are going, and will be a hindrance to the others. It is enough to be a factor, probably for the first time this season, where we will see that type of a factor as far as the wind goes here this evening. But otherwise, a picture-perfect night of high school football here in South Dakota. This is the pregame brought to you by the folks at Bank West Insurance. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being part of the team, and they remind you to buckle up every trip and every time. We will take a 3-minute break, and we'll come back with more as pregame and starting lineups continue on KPLO.
I now direct your attention to the chair placed at the 50-yard line. The POW MIA chair is placed in all official meetings of the American Legion as a physical symbol of the thousands of American POW MIA still unaccounted for from all the wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. An American flag is presented to a veteran at each home game. For tonight's anthem, we have a treat. The entire Stanley County Middle School, High School choir will sing the anthem under the direction of Miss Tina England.
easy now and into the future. Call 224-8803. May Adam Law Firm in Pierre since 1881.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalry? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players.
As we get set for high school football here tonight, a little bit of technical issues for us to get our buttons pushed here this evening. We'll do a quick Keys to Success segment for you, brought to you by the folks at May Adams. For both of these teams, both jockeying for position as far as their playoff field is concerned. We mentioned Kimball White Lake with a 4-1 record, 800 winning percentage, 42.4 seeding points. They're just a hair behind Freeman Academy that sets with 42.6 seeding points, and then Stanley County. They set with Stanley County sets with a 1-5 overall record, 38.33 seeding points. Wabash Summit with 38.667 seed points sets as the number 16 and final spot in that 16 team 9 AA football field, and we'll be watching those scores as we work through the broadcast tonight. Stanley County has Bennett County in their sights as well, with an opportunity to move up, but you need to be able to get a victory or two, and with 3 games remaining, a couple tough ones on the schedule for Stanley County, but a big one will be against Potter County in a couple weeks, and that might be a win in your scenario as far as the playoffs for the Buffaloes. Starting lineups for Kimball White Lake, the quarterback is Park Sinclair. He is a 150-pound senior. Running backs, Johnny Lenz, 165-pound junior, and Iden Myers, he is a 170-pound senior. Dane Goodman, a 160-pound or 150-pound junior, will start at 1 wide receiver. The ends, Lucas Lenz, 175-pound senior. Graydon Holland, a 190-pound senior. The guards are Cooper Leiferman, a 190-pound senior, and Ashton Crumvidia. He is a 200-pound senior. Dalton Deffenbaugh will start at center for Kimball White Lake. He is a junior at 265 pounds. The Kimball White Lake WiLdKats enter the contest tonight with an overall record of 4-1. Their head coach is Ryan Skluzak. For the Stanley County Buffaloes, the quarterback, Weston Prince. He is a junior at 150 pounds. Fullback, Blaze Frost, a 180-pound senior. Cash Richardson, the other running back, he will be the tailback. He is a 150-pound junior. Wideouts are Paxton Deal, a 155-pound junior, and Whit Myers, a 165-pound sophomore. The tight end is Q Bourne. He is a junior at 185 pounds. The guards are Hayden Rogo, a 195-pound senior, Noah Baldwin, a 190-pound senior, and the starting center is Case Kolda for Stanley County. He is a 175-pound junior. Stanley County enters the contest tonight. Their overall record is 1-5, and their head coach is Max Foth. And finally, in our pregame, the announcement of our game officials. It comes to you from the Office of Attorney General and their Division of Consumer Protection. Our game officials tonight are Tim Pringle, Casey Hutmaker, Kurt Kelsey, Darby Klein, and Steve Schoenhart. The announcement of our game officials comes to you from the Office of Attorney General and their Division of Consumer Protection. We're set for football as Stanley County gets set to take on Kimball White Lake, and we will kick off in 60 seconds on KPLO.
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing,
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Bobcats, Sylvan Boats, Mercury Motors, and Kohler Home Generators in Oklahoma. And now you can shop the newest family member in Chamberlain, Riverview, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. It's the Riverview family for the best brands. Get to know them at riverviewfamily.com. Again, an absolutely beautiful night for high school football. We'll deal with the sun a little bit to this west-facing press facility here at Ole Williamson Field, but the sun will set here shortly, and our vision will be much better. We apologize for mistakes to begin with, as Kimball White Lake, dressed in the road white uniforms with the black pants, green numerals, and trim, get set to kick off. Stanley County in the home purple will get set to do work, as Colton Brady is back deep along with Paxton Deal, and kicking the football away, Chevy Fees for Kimball White Lake. And it is a line drive kick that will be fielded by Paxton Deal, and Deal just covers the football up. He had the opportunity for a returnable play there, but it's just a no return there, and a penalty flag comes in late at the end of that play. Will not be the best field position for Stanley County to start, but let's check the penalty, and it looks like it is going to be against Kimball White Lake. So a personal foul, perhaps unnecessary roughness. We saw someone at the end of the play from Stanley County wind up on their backside, and that will be a 15-yarder for Kimball White Lake out of the gate. And that will give Stanley County decent field position from their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10. And for Stanley County, they need to be able to put points on the board first as they will work here. Their quarterback is the junior Weston Prince, 150-pound junior, as he'll line them up in a pistol formation. 3 receivers, 2 to the right side of the formation. Deal will come in motion, and Prince will call his own number. And after he fielded a high snap, Prince was able to work forward, get across the 35, and then the ball comes loose, and Kimball White Lake is going to have the football.
WiLdKats take over first.
So they're going to have it 1st and 10 at Stanley County's 33-yard line. As Prince was fighting for some extra yardage, and he just had the ball taken out of his hands. So Kimball White Lake will have the opportunity here with a short field. Officially, this is the 33-yard line of Stanley County, where Kimball White Lake will have it 1st down and 10. Park Sinclair is the quarterback. He'll work in a full house backfield. That's a wishbone look as they hand it off. Power running to the outside, and the ball carrier is Aiden Myers, and Myers with a 1st down. Inside the 20, he'll get all the way down to the 16-yard line. Cash Richardson saved the touchdown, but a good run on 1st down for Kimball White Lake as they move the football inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. That is a 17-yard pickup on 1st down, and Kimball White Lake already in scoring position here in the second play from scrimmage. 11:40 remains in the opening quarter. The quarterback, Park Sinclair, again under center and I formation look this time. As they pitch it back, Myers looking for running room. He'll turn the corner. Myers is on the move near the pylon, and he is in for a touchdown.
Myers with the carry.
And there is a penalty marker down. A penalty flag that sets back at Stanley County's 18-yard line. So let's check that out, and it's a hold against Kimball White Lake. And it's too bad for the WiLdKats there, because that was a play where that hold had nothing to do probably with the good run there by Aiden Myers as he got the corner turn and just outran everybody down the sideline. And they'll take the touchdown off the board. A break there for Stanley County. And now their defense will go back to work. Back to the 32-yard line. We'll redo 1st down, but it will be 1st and about 20. As they work here from the 33-yard line. Need to get to about the 8, so it's about 1st and 25. As they look to move the chains, and here a little misdirection play. The ball carrier is Carter Konishny. Konishny will break contain. He'll get to the outside as he races up the left sideline. Cash Richardson, another defensive play for Stanley County, but not before the ball carrier Carter Konishny, the freshman, 165-pounder. He chews up the 10-yard penalty and then some as he brings the football down inside the inside the 10-yard line down to about the 8. It'll be first down and goal from there.
First and goal for the Wildcats at the Stanley
As
County
they actually
6-yard
mark the
line.
football at about the 7-yard line. Kimball White Lake there. Their third possession from scrimmage after Stanley County turned it over via the fumble. So Kimball White Lake looking to score here, deep in Stanley County territory. They'll load up the wishbone once again as they will hand it off. Crossbuck play that time and near the goal line and going down. The ball carrier with Lucas Lenz, I believe.
Lenz with the carry.
And Lenz will bring the ball near the goal line but will be stopped short as Stanley County will hold on that play. But down to the 2-yard line, and that was a whole lot of misdirection there as Lenz, normally a tight end, winds up in that counter-type play. He'll line up as an end on the right side of the formation, deep back in an I formation set as Aiden Myers, and they'll hand it off to the fullback. Looking forward, Johnny Lenz, and he is going to be turned back. Stanley County makes a big-time defensive play as Hayden Rogo gets in there and makes the stop. There was others in there for Stanley County as well as they played it well. Q Bourne in there to work with the stop. It will be third down and goal with the football just outside the goal line at about the 1-yard line. This is the fifth play of a drive that started at Stanley County's 33-yard line after Weston Prince lost the football via the fumble on the first play of scrimmage for Stanley County after they started a drive at their own 33-yard line. Handoff again, running play this time, and going in untouched in the end zone is Aiden Myers, and that is a 1-yard touchdown run. So Kimball White Lake is on the board at the 10-10 mark of the opening quarter. And Kimball White Lake takes advantage of the Stanley County fumble to put points on the board here as they looks like they're going to try to go for 2 as they spend extra time in the huddle. We did see them try extra points, and they are going to try to kick here. It will be out of a Johnny Lenz hold, and it will be Aiden Myers who will try to kick the extra point. The snap, a good one to Lenz. He gets it down. The Myers kick is up, and it is good. And with 10-10 remaining in the opening quarter, Kimball White Lake 7. And Stanley County will get the football again after we break for 60 seconds on KPLO.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
They'll have the football at the 16-yard line. First down and 10 there for Stanley County. Trailing in this ball game by a 7-0 score. We're just 2 minutes into this opening quarter. Kimball White Lake scoring on a 5-play, 33-yard drive. That 1-yard Aiden Myers touchdown run after Stanley County turned it over on their first play from scrimmage. Full house back, or actually a pistol formation look as Stanley County goes in motion. They try to get it to Deal on the outside, and he will not get much. The pursuit there from Kiner Kirsch and others in there to make the stop. There will be no gain on the play, and it will bring up second down and 10. Kimball White Lake will work with the wind at their back to start, and what they're going to try to do is control field position in this opening quarter. So far, they have been able to do that. We'll see if Stanley County can at least pick up a touchdown or two, or a first down or two, to flip that field position over. Prince will work at the quarterback position, and movement and a whistle and a stoppage of play, and the officials will have a conversation, and it appears it is going to be a false start against Stanley County. Buffaloes with their first penalty of the contest. That'll move it back 5 yards, back to the 11-yard line, and it will make it a second down, 15-yard to go situation. And for Stanley County, dealing with a ton of injuries, and we had to shorten up our pregame just a little bit. Didn't really get the opportunity to talk about the injury situation much, but a lot of kids playing a lot of different positions. They did not plan on playing to start this football season. Prince back to pass. He'll swing it to the outside upfield. Tegan Breitag was the intended receiver, that was Paxton Deal. And Deal could not get to the football. It's going to be difficult for Stanley County working into that southeast wind to try to move the football via the pass very much, but they got it upfield, but incomplete, and that will stop the clock, and it will make it third down and 15. Kimball White Lake is, this is playing right into the hands of what Kimball White Lake wants to do, force a 3 and out, force Stanley County to kick into the wind, and again, more than likely, if they can hold here, we'll have some good field position. Here is Prince back to pass. He'll try to set up a center screen, and Kimball White Lake is there. Nowhere to go for the receiver. That was Blaze Frost who caught that pass, but there was nowhere for him to go, and he was brought down for no gain. And it will bring up a fourth down, 15-yard to go situation back at the 15-yard line. And again, you're punting into the wind as Paxton Deal is back to kick. And standing back at the 37-yard line, it is Aiden Myers. And here is a punt that may have been partially blocked, and it is short. And it will take just a little bit of a roll and will be down to the 23-yard line. Stanley County will have to dig in defensively as Kimball White Lake has the football at Stanley County's 20-yard line, actually the 23-yard line. Second time in this first quarter where they start a drive in Stanley County territory, and Kimball White Lake's offense will go to work here. With 8:36 remaining in the opening quarter, the Coyotes lead Stanley County by a 7-0 score. As Parks Sinclair, the Kimball White Lake quarterback, will work pistol formation. Len's back there with him. They'll fire it upfield. Pass is tipped and an interception. Paxton Deal with a circus-type defensive play. He'll make a man miss and then another. Down the sideline he goes and is finally bumped out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And we said Stanley County was going to have to make a defensive play, and they did just that. That was an athletic play there by the junior Paxton Deal. The interception, the first turnover of the ball game for Kimball White Lake, and Stanley County turns over the WiLdKats, and that gives them their best field position of the contest. Officially at the 38-yard line, Stanley County will have it their first down and 10. We'll see if they can move the football. Prince lines up in the pistol formation as the quarterback, receivers each way, the ends in tight. As Prince will keep it himself, looks for running room and will not find much. He'll lean forward for perhaps a yard if he gets a good spot. Lucas Lenz in there to make the stop. And they will say no gain on the play, and it will bring up second down and 10. As the clock works its way to the 8-minute mark remaining in the opening quarter, it is a 7-0 Stanley County lead. And the Buffaloes have a player that is shaken up. And that is the senior Hayden Rogo, he is tended to. And now he will get up as he talks to the athletic trainer. He'll slowly work his way to the sideline. As we talked about the injury situation for Stanley County. They had three players that started both ways: Colton Brady, Landon Beam, and Brendan Bothwell. none of them available this evening. And, of course, other bumps and bruises at this point of the season. And Stanley County already short on numbers anyway. And really had to struggle. Here is Prince. They get it out to Deal in space. He'll make a man miss, and he gets up the sideline, and a smart call there as they got Deal open in space on the wide side of the field, and Kimball White Lake was content with man coverage. They pick up about 7 on that play, call it an 8-yard gain out to the 46-yard line, and that will make it a 3rd down and 2 situation for Stanley County as they near the midfield stripe. And now they'll come to the line of scrimmage looking to try to pick up their first down of the contest. And we are going to have a whistle now and a timeout taken. This is a Stanley County timeout, and it comes with 7:12 remaining in the opening quarter. It is Kimball White Lake 7, Stanley County 0, and we'll be back in 30 seconds on KPLO.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Timeouts are brought to you by Agtegra. Acres Ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. With John Neff, our technical director, back at DRG Media Group's World Headquarters, I'm Darren Boyle. Friday night football from Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. And Kimball White Lake taking the advantage of a Stanley County turnover on their first play from scrimmage and a 5-play, 33-yard scoring drive on their first possession. And they lead 7-0. Stanley County turned it over on downs in their second possession. Kimball White Lake, after a blocked punt, had real good field position. But now, Stanley County is going to wind up trying to work on a 3rd down and 2 situation and a running play upfield and a big-time shot there. Blaze Frost was the ball carrier. Had the ball knocked out of his hands. And it was picked up, though, by Stanley County. But they could not advance it, and it turned out to be about a half-yard gain. So it'll be 4th down and 2, and we'll see what Stanley County will do here with the ball about 3 yards short of midfield, and it looks like Stanley County will punt the football away. But they have turned over field position just a little bit, and again, kicking into the wind is Stanley County. And Kimball White Lake got a good rush in and blocked the last punt attempt by Paxton Deal. This time Deal will get it out of there quickly, and it is a high floating punt that will take a sideways roll once it hits the ground and is down. And good coverage there on the part of Trevor Caldwell, the 275-pound junior. And at the 37-yard line, Kimball White Lake with their 3rd possession of the contest as they look to go to work this time from their own 37-yard line. We'll look at other scores, and as we get to the bottom half of the season with most teams with 3 games remaining, some of these you can start looking at the scoreboard of some other teams as far as fighting for playoff position. We talked about the 9AA field, both of these teams involved in, and it could be a big deal down the line. Here is another good running play by Kimball White Lake, the ball carrier Iden Myers, and he has had some big runs in this first quarter of this contest, and another big run there from the 37-yard line all the way into Stanley County territory. So 13 there and another 7. That is a 20-yard run as he moves it down to Stanley County's 43-yard line. And a 17-yard run on first down. And it will be another first down for Kimball White Lake, and they spent 1 play on their side of the 50-yard line as they will line things up here. Slot to the left side of the formation. They'll line up left hash mark as they overload the weak side. Crossbuck play running here is Dane Goodman. Goodman with good second effort as he ran away from one man, then another. Spins out of a tackle. Ball is knocked free by Stanley County, but picked up by Ashton Crumvidia. And Crumvidia with some big power running. the 200-pound senior offensive lineman. The big fella got the ball, and he moves it upfield and advances the football. Another first down as he brings it inside of Stanley County's 40, and actually inside the 30, down to about the 26-yard line. But then penalty flags come in at the end of that play, so let's sort that out. And it looks like there were two flags that came out. I'm not sure if that was for one penalty or two. It's going to be a personal foul against Stanley County.
Personal foul against the Buffaloes.
So a 15-yard penalty there will be the second penalty of the contest for the Buffaloes. And Kimball White Lake did not need any help advancing the football, and a 15-yard penalty added to the end of that run will move the football down to the 12-yard line. Stanley County, again with the shadow of their own goalposts at their back, will have to again dig in defensively. Kimball White Lake first down and 10 with the football at Stanley County's 12 as the Buffaloes work in that, or the Coyotes work in that wishbone formation. They give it off again to Aiden Myers, and Myers will run the football in from 12 yards out. His second touchdown of the opening quarter. That makes it 13-0 with the extra point upcoming. Aiden Myers, the 170-pound senior, he's done some good things in the running department for Kimball White Lake in this opening quarter. We've had just a little bit of everything as far as interceptions. We've had fumbles. We've had loose footballs. Kimball White Lake almost turned the football over with a fumble on that play before the touchdown, but they were able to recover it and actually advance it after the fumble. And now Aiden Myers will try to kick the extra point out of a Johnny Lenz hold. And the kick is up, and this time, well, he gets it through, and it is good. And Kimball White Lake extends the lead with 5:33 remaining in the opening quarter. It is Kimball White Lake 14 and Stanley County 0. And we'll be back with the WiLdKat kickoff in 1 minute on KPLO.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Myers, Weston Prince back deep to field the kick. It's a short kick that is picked up by Q Bourne, and Bourne, in an attempt to advance the football, wound up being tackled almost immediately. Kimball White Lake, for the third time they have kicked off in this contest. They've squibbed each time, and those short line drive kicks that they get up the field and cover quickly. Lucas Lenz got up there in a hurry for Kimball White Lake to cover that play. There was nowhere for Bourne to go, and Stanley County, possession number 4 already here in this opening quarter, will have the football at their own 21-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing 14-0 after Kimball White Lake scores on a 3-play, 63-yard scoring drive. Aiden Myers with his second rushing touchdown of the ballgame. Prince will work pistol formation, looks for a blocker out front as he tries to work to the outside, nowhere to go, and another just textbook tackle made there by Kimball White Lake. The ball carrier, I think that was Aiden Myers that made the tackle. There was just nowhere for Prince to go on that running play. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 2nd down and 10. Clock working its way to 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. As the Buffaloes work here again from their own 20-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Born to the near side as a receiver. Now he'll work his way to the tight end position, and he'll get in formation. 3-point stance. Blitz comes as Prince tries to roll his way to the outside under some pressure. Had pressure from the backside coming. Here is a pass upfield. It's tipped and incomplete. Paxton Deal was the intended receiver. Prince was under a ton of pressure over there, and he threw it into double coverage and was actually, it was close, but incomplete, and it will bring up 2nd down. That was Whit Myers over there on the far side, the intended receiver for Stanley County. With the pass incomplete, it will bring up 3rd down. Paxton Deal, who has been absent the last couple offensive plays, back in the huddle for Stanley County. Clock is stopped with 4:37 remaining in the period. As Stanley County now facing a 3rd down, 10-yard to go situation. Prince in the shotgun this time. Deal split out wide to the right side of the formation. That's the wide side of the field, left hash. As Kimball White Lake will set it up, they'll try the underneath play on the screen. This is Blaze Frost. Frost will have a 1st down, and a good call there for Stanley County. There has been blitzes. There has been big-time pass rushes coming from Kimball White Lake, so they let them come and ran that delay play. It really worked out to be like a fullback screen, and that worked well for Stanley County. Their first down of the contest as they move the football up past the 35 to the 39-yard line, and that will be a 1st down for the Buffaloes. As we mentioned, their first down of the contest. They turned it over on their first possession, then punted after 3 and outs on possessions 2 and 3. Offset in the backfield, again a pistol look for Prince, as he will take the snap and then loses the football, and it's covered up by Kimball White Lake. That time Prince, well, the snap was okay, but Prince just couldn't get it corralled, and quickly Graydon Holen got in there and got a hold of the football. The 2nd turnover for Stanley County in this opening quarter. And now the WiLdKats already leading by a 14-0 score. Will have the opportunity to work for the short field. Again, in Stanley County territory, the Stanley County 33-yard line. And they'll hand it back once again. This is Aiden Myers, and Myers this time is met by a sea of purple jerseys. Good job there defensively. Case Kolda and others. Number 47, Hayden Rogo, in the contest. He was shaken up earlier. Good to see him back out there. And Tegan Breitag helps out with the tackle as well. No gain on the play. It will bring up 2nd down and 10 for Kimball White Lake, who leads by a 14-0 score. Right hash mark for the WiLdKats as Park Sinclair walks them to the line of scrimmage. I formation, receiver wide. They hand it off once again. Myers looking for running room, breaks a tackle, bounces off of another would-be tackle, and leans his way inside the 30 and down to about the 28-yard line. Pinballed his way for about a 5-yard gain, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 5-yard to go situation for Kimball White Lake. They are very deliberate with the clock as you've kept it on the ground for the most part. Kimball White Lake has not attempted a pass in this opening quarter. They have kept it on the ground for the most, or kept it on the ground as Carter Konishny splits out wide to the left side of the formation. As again the quarterback Sinclair under center takes the snap. It's Myers who looks for running room, and he is hit hard, and he'll be stopped short of the 1st down.
Brought down by Baldwin.
Noah Baldwin from the left defensive end crashed down and then chased that play down from behind and brought down Aiden Myers for a short gain. It's a gain of about a yard. It will bring up 4th down and about 4 yards to go. Kimball White Lake at this spot of the field. The Stanley County 27-yard line will go for it as they work their way to the line of scrimmage. Wishbone behind the quarterback Sinclair. Movement up front. I think Kimball White Lake stayed home. Stanley County jumped and a free 5 yards. third penalty against the Buffaloes in the opening quarter will give Kimball White Lake a first down.
First and 10 at the Stanley County 22-yard line.
The Stanley County 22-yard line is where they'll line it up. 1:45 remains in the opening quarter. Kimball White Lake leading 14-0 as they look for more. They will hustle their way to the line of scrimmage. Again, a wishbone look for the Kimball White Lake WiLdKats. They'll sweep short side. This is the ball carrier, Carter Konechny, and Konechny goes nowhere as he is brought down. Again, Hayden Rogo in there to make the stop. And they give a generous spot there to Konechny as they move the football to the line of scrimmage. No gain will bring up a second down and 10 yards to go for Kimball White Lake. Final minute of the opening quarter as Kimball White Lake has spent the majority of this quarter in Stanley County territory. They'll take the snap, hand it off to Myers, who looks for space. Stanley County defending well. Myers with a good individual effort will get the football inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 6. We'll bring up third down and 6. And for Kimball White Lake, who operates with the lead and has been very deliberate with the football, chance for one play for sure. They could possibly get one more play off if they hurry, but they will walk their way to the line of scrimmage and line up. Myers will dot the I. Behind the quarterback, Park Sinclair. Sinclair with play action. Back to pass, swings it into the flat. It's caught, and that is Myers. And Myers is on the move. One man to beat. Myers will get stopped short of the goal line. And a good job defensively over there by Stanley County. As Eddie Duffy was in there, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle as Myers gets inside the 5-yard line, about to the 5-yard line is where they mark it. He was out of bounds, and that stops the clock. Officially, the ball will be placed at the 4-yard line. Kimball White Lake will let the clock run, and that brings us to the end of the opening quarter. Scoreboard comes to you from Darren Boyle Sales. I invite you to check out the large selection of new and used farm equipment and my lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page, or shop online anytime at DarrenBoyleSales.com. Second quarter in 60 seconds on KPLO.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back here at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre as we get started for quarter number 2. Kimball White Lake with a 14-0 lead for Kimball White Lake. This is their fourth possession of this football game. They scored on their first possession, then had an interception on possession number 2. And here is a direct snap to Aiden Myers. Myers looking for running room as he runs away from everybody in the Stanley County defense and is finally, as he is about to be tackled by Noah Baldwin, he smartly just throws the ball upfield. And that should save field position, I think. But the officials are going to confer. I think they're going to rule that an incomplete pass. Although Baldwin did his best to try to bring down Aiden Myers behind the line of scrimmage and make a potentially momentum-changing play. But Kimball White Lake will again work second down and goal with the football at the 4-yard line. As they'll hand the football off, or actually keeping it, or they'll pitch it back to Myers. Just at the last minute, running the option there, Park Sinclair. They get it to Aiden Myers. Myers again will push it in from 4 yards out. And that makes it 20-0. Aiden Myers with his third touchdown of this first half. And we'll see if they try to kick the extra point once again. Myers has been 2 of 2 in extra point tries. So they ran that option play. They set up that wishbone. It's the first time they've ran the true option where the quarterback Sinclair had it. It looked like he was just about to get into the end zone but was under some pressure. He pitches it back to Myers, who runs it in for the touchdown. And that makes it 20-0. Another extra point try this time. It is wide right and no good. But Myers scores his third touchdown of the first half and extend the lead to 20-0. Kimball White Lake is out in front and will kick off to Stanley County in 60 seconds on KPLO.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
We connect people. Have been for 100 years or so. How we get that done? Well, that won't always be the same. But why we connect people? Not in a million years is that ever going to change. We didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
Once again, it is a low line drive that will be picked up by Weston Prince, but then it's loose. Thought he had it clean, but did not. He could not hang on to the football. It gets away, and Kimball White Lake will get on top of it, and they will have the football, the third turnover of the football game for Stanley County, and it will give Kimball White Lake the football again in Stanley County territory. We'll wait for him to mark it, but it will be deep in Buffalo territory, inside their 20, actually just outside the 20, at Stanley County's 22-yard line. Kimball White Lake has started from Stanley County's 33, 23, their own 37, Stanley County's 33, and now the 22-yard line as they start what is their fifth possession of this football game, leading by a 20-0 score. Sinclair back to pass upfield. This is caught, and it's Myers, and Myers will be forced out of bounds close to the first down marker as he'll pick up a good 8-10 yards on that play as the tackle is made by Weston Prince over on the outside. And again, we'll wait for him to set the football down. It will be at the 11-yard line, and that should be enough. Well, not quite, as it'll be a second down situation for Kimball White Lake. Early in quarter number 2, it is a 20-0 lead for Kimball White Lake, who has taken advantage of Stanley County miscues and short fields in which to score their points. Their last scoring drive, by the way, was an 8-play, 33-yard scoring drive as Stanley County's defense made some plays. But they find themselves in trouble again. Here is Myers, breaks a tackle, gets to the outside, and he will break another tackle, and finally inside the 5, he is bumped out of bounds.
Lenz with the carry.
Aiden Myers
Forced out of bounds by Kolda. And
doing a good job there running the football. There is a penalty marker down, so let's sort this out. It's going to be a hold against Kimball White Lake. The WiLdKats with their third penalty of the first half, and that one's a costly one, as that penalty flag rests all the way back at about the 18-19-yard line, and so they'll mark the yardage back, the 10-yard penalty back from the spot of the foul, and that will be back to the 26-yard line. So instead of a second and short situation, it's going to be a first down because they were inside the 5. It'll be a second down as we replay the down. It'll be second down and 14 for Kimball White Lake, who will work in the wishbone formation once again. Sinclair will hand it off to Myers, and Myers is going to be stood up and has nowhere to go. The Buffalo defense has stiffened in the last possession or two, but Again, it's asking a lot of that defensive squad to keep continuing to give a team short field that has the offensive firepower that Kimball White Lake has shown in this first half. They lead by a 20-0 score, a minute gone in quarter number 2. As, again, Kimball White Lake, after a short gain, will face a 3rd down and 4. And at this spot of the field, this is more than likely 4-down territory for the WiLdKats. Iden Myers will line up alongside the quarterback, Park Sinclair, and a whistle, and we are going to have a timeout taken by Stanley County. Defensive timeout for the Buffaloes with 10:40 remaining until halftime. It is Kimball White Lake 20, Stanley County 0, and we'll pause for 30 seconds on KPLO.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
You buy Agtegra. Acres Ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 10:40 remains until halftime. Kimball White Lake with a 20-0 lead over Stanley County for Kimball White Lake's WiLdKats. This is play number 4 of a drive that started at Stanley County's 22, but after the holding penalty, the football rests at about the 26-yard line. And it will be 3rd down and 14. Sinclair, the quarterback, with Myers alongside. They take the snap, hand it off. Myers looking for running room, and Stanley County is there. Another good job defensively, although Myers just refuses to go down. He was stopped for no gain, maybe a gain of about a yard there, but that was good, solid defense on the part of Stanley County. Hayden Rogo and others in there to make the stop, and it is 4th down. And we'll call it 12 yards to go for Kimball White Lake, as a play will come in from the sideline as the sophomore Keaton Christensen will enter the contest. But it shows, or at least from this point, that Kimball White Lake is going to go for it. Sinclair with actually this is a shotgun look for Keaton Christensen. Back to pass. They're going to try to set up a screen. They get it there. And running play. Breaking one tackle and then another, and then still another tackle. And the pass is caught there, and that is Lucas Lenz, and Lenz fighting for yardage. Finally is forced out of bounds by Stanley County's Blaze Frost, but let's see if they give him all of his forward progress, and they'll mark the football, and they will move the chains. Boy, he needed 14, and he got just enough for there to be a 1st down. And what a job there by the WiLdKats of Kimball White Lake. The sophomore Keaton Christensen comes in at quarterback, and again, he will go to work here as he will stay out there with Iden Myers alongside. Christensen will look with 2 receivers left, one to the right, back to pass, quick pass, a slant, and it's caught, and that's a touchdown. And a good pass there inside, and that is Carter Konechny with the reception.
Christensen to Konechny.
And Keaton Christensen throws his first touchdown of the contest. We have not seen a lot of passing plays on the part of Kimball White Lake, but that was a well-thrown ball there to make it 26-0. Kimball White Lake leading, and now, again, they will try the extra point. Iden Myers, again, will try to kick the football out of the hold from Johnny Lenz. 2 of 3 from extra points so far for Kimball White Lake. Myers is ready. The snap, a good one. It's down. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:40 remaining until halftime, it is 27-0 Kimball White Lake, and they will kick off in 1 minute on KPLO.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
6 plays, 22 yards in the scoring drive for Kimball White Lake. The WiLdKats take advantage of Stanley County's third turnover of the football game as they put the ball in the end zone via the air. Carter Konechny from Keaton Christensen from 14 yards out. And it is a 27-0 score. Again, the line drive kick that bounces upfield. And Stanley County's Jace Hand will get on top of it, covers up the football, and that will make it, for Stanley County. They will have the football at the 30-yard line, first down and 10.
No winner. No one had that. I heard in the small print that the funds will now go to the Crow's Nest.
So now Stanley County, with one timeout remaining in the first half, will line the football up. From the left hash mark, they will operate. 2 receivers split out wide to the left side of the formation. Bourne to the near side. Man will go in motion out of the backfield as well. That is Cash Richardson. Prince will work with an empty backfield as Deal goes in motion to him. They'll set up again a screen, and this pass is thrown short and incomplete. That was read pretty well by Kimball White Lake, and Frost was the intended receiver, but he was covered up pretty well by Kimball White Lake, and Prince kind of threw a pass that was going to be difficult to catch anyway, but trying to kind of get it upfield, but yet get it out of reach of any would-be defenders as the ball harmlessly goes incomplete, and it's second down and 10. Stanley County with just 1 first down from scrimmage in this first half. They have turned the football over 3 times. They did force 1 turnover in this first half, and here is a snap that goes through the hands of a new quarterback. Football is loose, and Stanley County will get on top of it. Cash Richardson lines up as quarterback there, but he cannot hang on to the shotgun snap, and it goes over his head, and it is chased down, and Stanley County does keep possession, though, but all the way back to their 9-yard line, and it is going to be a third down and a whole bunch. Third down and about 31 yards to go. They need to move the football out to the 40-yard line as the clock works its way to 9 minutes remaining in this first half. Kimball White Lake with a 27-0 lead. As Stanley County will line up, Prince is back there at quarterback. And again, when you're short on numbers, you're just kind of trying to move players around and try to get some athletes in space, and Weston Prince one of those, and trying to get the ball to him upfield as Stanley County has to check down here. Prince read the defense. Deal upfield had drawn double coverage. Whit Myers was the intended receiver that was the short man on that play, and Prince had to check down to that secondary receiver and then threw it short and incomplete. It will stop the clock, and now Stanley County will have to punt from out of their own end zone as Paxton Deal stands deep to kick it away, and Kimball White Lake should wind up with pretty good field position. I believe that is Iden Myers standing back at midfield. Of course, the wind at the back of Deal And Deal will get a rocket out of there, but it is a line drive kick that gets over Myers' head. And this is a big-time punt for Stanley County. 30. That could have been disastrous for Kimball White Lake as that punt bounced over the head of Iden Myers and rolled all the way back inside the 20-yard line. But Myers was able to make something out of nothing and brings it up to the 31-yard line, first down and 10. As they work with a 27-0 lead, all three of their timeouts remaining in this first half. As they try to improve to 5-1 on the season. And again, as we talked about, a 4-1 record. And Kimball White Lake playing a pretty solid schedule. And that's just good enough for the ninth position as far as seeding points are concerned. And that just shows you how strong that 9AA field is. Back to pass, quarterback is Keaton Christensen, and Christensen throws it upfield, and the pass is incomplete. Or it's a short. It is complete. It's actually going to be a loss on the play, as the catch was made there by Johnny Lenz, and Stanley County does make a good defensive play there, and Kimball White Lake will lose yardage back to their 25-yard line. So they'll lose 5 yards on that play, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 15-yard to go situation. Park Sinclair back in the ball game for Kimball White Lake. As he is back to pass, swings it upfield, got his man, and then his man took his eye off the football, and it falls incomplete. Graydon Holen was open as they had blockers out in front of him, and they swung it to the outside, but Graydon turned his head forward and did not look the ball in as it falls incomplete, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 15-yard to go situation. So Kimball White Lake trying to go a little bit deeper. You can't develop enough depth on a football team, so when you have the lead, let's put some different faces out there. Let them try to do some things, and now they find themselves in a 3rd down and 15-yard to go situation. We will see Iden Myers back in there. We'll also see their starting quarterback, Park Sinclair, as he will be behind center for the WiLdKats. 3rd down and 15. As Myers will line up alongside Sinclair, they will give it to Myers, who looks for running room, and he'll be tripped up as he crosses the line of scrimmage, gets to about the 26-yard line and is brought down there. Good job there for Stanley County to make the defensive play, but, getting up slowly from the bottom of the pile there, Blaze Frost for the Buffaloes. It'll be a gain of about 3, and we will see the first punt of the ball game for Kimball White Lake. It is Iden Myers who is back in punt formation. Stanley County, seeing Kimball White Lake kick into the wind, might wind up with some decent field position here. As it is a snap to Myers, and Myers will get a rocket out of there. Turns it over. That's a line drive kick that Paxton Deal calls for a fair catch and makes that catch back at the 40-yard line. And Stanley County will have the football there, 1st down and 10, trailing 27-0. 6:42 remains in the first half. Kimball White Lake will have the football to start quarter number 3. As Stanley County has struggled offensively and has given Kimball White Lake a short field to work for the most part throughout that opening quarter. And Kimball White Lake has been able to take care of business offensively. So Stanley County will operate here. Prince at quarterback. Deal will come in motion from the far side as they hand it off, and again the football is loose. Stanley County not able to hang on to it. I think Kimball White Lake got it once again, and they did. It's a running play there. Kimball White Lake, or Whit Myers with the ball carrier for Stanley County, and he could not hang on to it, and the ball goes free and rolls away. And Kimball White Lake will get the football once again off the 4th turnover of the contest for Stanley County. And they will have it again in Stanley County territory at the 46-yard line. As the WiLdKats will work their way to the line of scrimmage. Sinclair is in there at quarterback, an I formation look for Kimball White Lake. Sinclair will fake the handoff, roll to his right, breaks one tackle, and then tries to get free of another and is brought down over on the far side. And a textbook open field tackle for Paxton Deal over on the far side for Stanley County. It will be a gain of about 5 yards. It will bring up 2nd down and 5. And Kimball White Lake, operating with this 27-point cushion, can be, they can be very, very deliberate offensively as the play comes in from the sideline as Dane Goodman gets some last-minute instructions from head coach Ryan Skluzak. But now Kimball White Lake may have to hurry here a little bit. They get the signal from the back judge that the 10-second count is on. And now the Wildcats are going to have to burn a timeout. Timeout, their first for Kimball White Lake in this first half, comes with 5:48 remaining in the first half. And it is 27-0 Wildcats. We are back in 1 minute, or make it 30 seconds, a 30-second break on KPLO.
Wind Circle, operating since 1995. We combine quality customer service and experience with the right technology to meet your needs. Our cybersecurity certified technicians will make sure your systems are secure. Services offered are video and data cabling, service and support contracts, cutting-edge camera systems to door security devices. Wind Circle has many hardware options: Dell, HP, Cisco, SonicWall, and Ruckus, to name a few. Our staff has over 30 years of combined network design and cabling experience at your disposal. Call us today, 605-224-1111, and request a free quote. Again, that's 605-224-1111.
At Parkview Gym and Ford Pier, it will be Stanley County taking on Lyman. Our match coverage will get underway at around 7 o'clock. Again, at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, volleyball action from Highmore as Highmore Herald hosts Sully Buttes. And we'll have high school football next Friday night. Chamberlain Cubs, looking for their first victory of the season, will be at Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central. That game in Wessington Springs next Friday night. And we'll have that for you on KPLO. It's a 2nd down, 5-yard to go situation for Kimball White Lake with the football at the 41-yard line. Movement on the part of Stanley County, but no whistle. The ball is free for Kimball White Lake. And the Wildcats do get back on top of it. There was a lot of movement there and kind of a herky-jerky start for Kimball White Lake, who expected a penalty flag to fly, but it did not. There was movement on both sides, and not exactly sure why play wasn't stopped. But it works out to be a loss for Kimball White Lake. So it is 3rd down now. We'll call it 7. With the football back at the 43-yard line. Wishbone again, formation look for Kimball White Lake. They'll pitch it back to Myers, who looks for running room. Spins out of one tackle, but not a second. And he'll be brought down there as Noah Baldwin. Another good tackle made by Stanley County. And their defense gave up some big plays early, but those big chunks of yardage have been hard to come by for Kimball White Lake as we have worked deeper into this second half. And it is now a 4th down after that 3-yard run. It'll be 4th down and 4 for Kimball White Lake. And with the football at Stanley County's 40-yard line, the Wildcats are going to go for it. Again, a wishbone formation look. Sinclair, the quarterback, will hand it off in a running play here that is stopped by Stanley County. Carter Konechny, the ball carrier, and Konechny gets pushed back, and I don't think he got to the line of scrimmage or got anywhere near the line to gain, which you would call the first down marker, although he does get a pretty dandy spot, but I still think he's going to be well short of the first down, and it will be Stanley County football. So Kimball White Lake gets turned over on downs. And Stanley County's defense gets something to get the fans excited about. Very good crowd here on hand. Of course, homecoming for Stanley County. And now the Buffaloes find themselves with good field position as they have the football at their own 40-yard line, 1st down and 10. They have 1 timeout remaining and 4:24 remaining on the scoreboard clock in this first half. Prince will take the snap, back to pass, swings into the outside. It is incomplete. They tried to get it to Paxton Deal, who was trying to operate with a blocker out in front of him, but he couldn't bring the pass in, and it's incomplete, and it will bring up 2nd down and 10. So Stanley County had a good situation there set up, but Deal could not make the catch over on the far side. And you have players like we talked about with injuries and what have you. You have to kind of juggle the lineup a little bit. And you've got players that started out the season playing in different positions now than they were back then. And it has been difficult for Stanley County to really develop a lot of offensive continuity. Prince back to pass as he looks. He'll step up in the pocket and sling it in traffic, and it's intercepted. Interception made there by Dane Goodman, and Goodman is on the move. He'll try to break a tackle, but will run the football all the way back to the 41-yard line. And the 4th, make it the 5th turnover for Stanley County in the first half. Their first interception of the ball game, and Kimball White Lake will have it 1st and 10, again at Stanley County's 41-yard line, with 4:08 remaining in this first half. It has been an eventful first half of football. Kimball White Lake working with a 27-0 lead. But Stanley County's defense has made some plays as of late. The WiLdKats have been held out of the end zone on the last couple of possessions. They've been turned over on downs. Pistol formation look this time for the quarterback, the senior Park Sinclair. Myers is alongside. Back to pass. Now rolling to his right. That's actually Keaton Christensen, the quarterback. He'll fire it upfield. He's got a man, and it's caught, and that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, WiLdKats.
Lucas Lenz with the reception, and that was a 40-yard pass play. Rolling to the outside to sophomore Keaton Christensen and into that southeast wind. He threw a dart upfield. I think the Stanley County defense just made the assumption that nobody could throw the football into the wind that far. Well, Christensen showed that he could, and he gets the football upfield. Lucas Lenz with the reception for the touchdown, and Kimball White Lake is on the board once again with 3:58 remaining in the second quarter. It is 33-0, and we will try the Kimball White Lake extra point. This time it's Carter Konechny who will try to kick the extra point out of the Johnny Lenz hold. And the snap is down. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 3:58 remaining in the first half, it is Kimball White Lake 34 and Stanley County 0. And we'll be back with the WiLdKat kickoff in 1 minute on KPLO.
Venture Communications is your
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Everroot motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Play 41 yards in the scoring drive as Keaton Christensen, the sophomore backup quarterback for Kimball White Lake, throws his second touchdown pass of the first half. Another short kick for the WiLdKats, fielded by Stanley County. Buffaloes are going to wind up with good field position as Whit Myers, the return man, and the football will rest at the 40-yard line. And Kimball White Lake sets up defensively. They have 2 timeouts remaining, but have been very deliberate with their use of timeouts, perhaps not necessarily attempting to get the football back as Stanley County will operate here. They have 1 timeout left to use, and They have been able to muster just one offensive first down so far in this first half. Prince is the quarterback. Frost split out wide to the left side of the formation as they hand it off, and a short run here. And the ball carrier for Stanley County is Cash Richardson, and Richardson picks up about 9 yards on that play, and it will be second down and short. Clock runs here with 3:35 remaining until halftime. It is a 34-0 score as Kimball White Lake has the lead. And the WiLdKats will wind up with the football when we start this the third quarter. As Prince will take the snap. He'll keep it himself as he runs upfield, and he'll dive forward and have the first down. That's actually Cash Richardson playing the quarterback position on that play for Stanley County as they move it into Kimball White Lake territory down to their 44-yard line, and that will be a first down. And Stanley County just putting players here and there, just trying to find the right situation. Richardson will stay at quarterback this time as Weston Prince will line up as a receiver left side of the formation. Receiver near side as well as Richardson keeps it himself, and this time he will not get much, and a penalty marker flies, and
Stop by Lenz. There is a flag on the
it looks like we're going to have a holding penalty against Stanley County. Buffaloes have turned it over 5 times in the first half. They have also been penalized 4 times for some 35 yards in the first half of football as they move the football to the 46-yard line and move it back on the other side of the 50-yard line. Stanley County back in their own territory at their own 46-yard line. Clock runs with 2:45 remaining in the half. During the halftime break, we'll recap screenplay, and I don't know if he even had it clean. Screenplay, and I don't know if he even had it cleanly, and they're going to get, they're going to rule it as an incomplete pass, and that's a break for Stanley County, because if they ruled that Frost was down when that ball came loose, it was going to be a fairly substantial loss for the Buffaloes. Instead, an incomplete pass moves it back to the 46-yard line. And now Stanley County facing a third down and about an 18-yard to go situation. And they are going to, we're going to see Stanley County use their final timeout of the first half. Timeout comes with 2:18 remaining in the first half. It is 34-0 Kimball White Lake, and we will pause for 30 seconds on KPLO.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
With John Neff at DRG Media Group's World Headquarters, I'm Darren Boyle. We thank you for joining us for coverage of regional high school football tonight as Kimball White Lake putting together an impressive performance in the first half as they lead by a score of 34-0. Stanley County facing a third down and 19 to go against another opportunity here in the final minutes of the first half. It'll be a shotgun formation for the Buffaloes as they work with bunch receivers near side, which is the wide side of the field. From the left hash, Prince takes a snap, fires the deep ball. Prince trying to get behind the play, and he cannot hang on to it. The defense was there, zone coverage on the part of Kimball White Lake and Dane Goodman. And Deal showed some good speed as he was able to outrun the cornerback in coverage, but of course with that zone defense and help from over the top, as Goodman got over there and he was able to get enough on it, just a half of a hand, if you will, just enough of a tip of that football to change the the trajectory of it, and it made it fall incomplete. Now Stanley County will have to punt the football away. It will be Deal from his own 31, and he'll short-foot it, and it's a rolling punt that will be fielded by Iden Myers. And Myers trying to get away, but a nice open field tackle on the part of Stanley County. As upfield, the tackle made by Kimball Whitelake with 2 timeouts remaining in the half. Will have a chance to go to work here. First down and 10 for them. Officially, the football at the at the 15-yard line. And this for Kimball Whitelake, far and away their worst field position of the contest. As they will work here, Sinclair will give it off to Myers. Myers looking for running room, gets the corner turned and heads up the right sideline, eventually going out of bounds, which will stop the clock and help the cause for Kimball Whitelake, and that is near a first down run as he gets the football to the outside, but there is a penalty marker back at the 26-yard line, so let's sort that out. And it looks like it is going to be a holding penalty against Kimball Whitelake. Wild moves it back inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. So that should make it 1st and 17. As the Wildcats again will get set to go to work. First down and 17 yards to go with the football at the 8-yard line. Back to pass Sinclair. Got time. Fires the deep ball upfield, and the pass is caught. Reception made. Dane Goodman, and Goodman with the reception. That's a first down and then some across the field that Kimball Whitelake was able to use. They pick up the first down, get out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and will move the football upfield, and will get it to their own 38-yard line. Clock is stopped and then restarted once the chain gang is set. The chains are set. We've got 90 seconds remaining in the half. Kimball Whitelake, again with 2 timeouts to use, but also working with a 34-0 lead. They'll work with the reverse play. And on the reverse, the ball carrier is Carter Konechny, and he'll get away from the Stanley County defense, and down the sideline he goes, and he is gone. That's a touchdown. And there are 2 penalty markers down, and there are 3 Stanley County players that are down as well. And this play, this touchdown run on this reverse is going to come back. A couple illegal blocks on the part of Kimball Whitelake, and Stanley County, who is already struggling with injuries, can't afford to have any or many more. Case Colda, one that is shaken up, and he is on his feet as he works his way slowly to the sideline. And also one more player for Stanley County is still down, and he is being tended to as well, and that is a leg injury that they look to be taking a look at. So they'll mark off the penalty. This will be a 15-yarder against Kimball Whitelake as they move the football inside the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. And that will negate what was a long touchdown run for Kimball Whitelake. And again, we cannot tell from our vantage point who the injured Stanley County player is, but it's actually Blaze Frost as he gets up, and he will slowly try to work his way under the side to the sideline under his own power. But Kimball Whitelake, with their 5th penalty of the first half, will move the football back inside their own 25-yard line. And they'll go to work once again. 1:10 remains in the half. Kimball Whitelake still with 2 timeouts remaining. Once Frost works his way off the field, and it's taken a while for him to do so, but after they looked at a leg injury, it's good to see that he is up and walking off the field under his own power. The other injured player, Case Cola, it took him a while to get off the field as well. Bad snap here on this play, and Sinclair will cover the football up for Kimball Whitelake, and they will not pick up yardage. As the football sets back at the 22-yard line, they need to move the football up to the 48-yard line to pick up a first down. So it's second down, 26 yards to go, as Kimball White Lake will work to the line of scrimmage in what could very well be the final play of the first half. Sinclair will line up Konechny as a slot to the right side of the formation, as Sinclair will hand it off. This is Myers looking for running room. Iden will get the corner turn, and he is going to be stopped well short of a first down. He picks up about perhaps 10 yards on that play. It will be a third down and a lot, and Kimball White Lake content to let the clock run, and that will bring us to the halftime break. But an impressive first half for Kimball White Lake as they have the lead here at the halftime break. Kimball White Lake 34 and Stanley County 0. Our scoreboard brought to you by Darren Boyle Sales. Check out the large selection of new and used farm equipment at the lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page. Shop online anytime at DarrenBoyleSales.com. And we will take a 3-minute break and return. And our halftime is next. It's brought to you by the folks at Buy Right Seed on KPLO.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Stay at Mobridge Country Inn and Guide Service, locally owned on Highway 12 and 20 West. Enjoy clean linens, plenty of amenities, and a comfortable stay with authentic country hospitality. The inn is within walking distance to most of the town's attractions. Guests can enjoy continental breakfast, barbecue grills, HD cable TV, microwaves, refrigerators, free Wi-Fi, and much more throughout the property. Book guided fishing trips through the front desk. Proud supporter of all South Dakota high school activities.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
This month in Grossenberg's calendar, it's their Kids Coloring Contest. If your kid is 6 to 12 years old, they can color the page on the calendar and bring it into your local Grossenberg location, where their staff will judge and your kid could win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise. See any of their 9 Grossenberg locations and get your kid what they want most, $100 in John Deere merchandise, with their coloring contest only at Grossenberg Implement.
But it is not going their way tonight. Kimball White Lake got things going early in this contest, and they have opened up a 34-0 lead as we work through the halftime break here. We'll have some scores in just a little bit, but let's recap the scoring in this one. Stanley County started out with the football, as Kimball White Lake will have the football to start the third quarter, but Stanley County turns the football over on their first play from scrimmage, which gives Kimball White Lake a short field to work with on their first possession of the contest. That became a theme for Kimball White Lake throughout the first half, but they went to work from Stanley County's 33 on their first possession of the contest. They score some 5 plays later. The 10-10 mark of the opening quarter. It is Aiden Myers with his first of 3 first-half touchdowns for the Wildcats. Handoff again, running play this time, and going in untouched in the end zone is Aiden Myers, and that is a 1-yard touchdown run. Myers kicked the extra point, and they were out in front by a 7-0 score. Stanley County was able to move the football just a little bit as they wound up punting the football away, though, but it was in the second quarter before the Buffaloes picked up their first down. But they were able, with a good punt, to turn over field position just a little bit and make it a little bit more difficult for Kimball White Lake to get up the field. But the Wildcats up to the challenge. Their second touchdown, they're on their second possession of the ball game, came at the 5:33 mark of the first quarter. That was a 3-play, 63-yard scoring drive as Aiden Myers again runs an M, this time from 12 yards out. As the Buffaloes work in that, or the Coyotes work in that wishbone formation, they give it off again to Aiden Myers, and Myers will run the football in from 12 yards out. His second touchdown of the opening quarter. That makes it 13-0 with the extra point upcoming. Aiden Myers, the 170-pound senior.
With our top-performing seed, innovative digital tools, and expanded agronomic support, you can stay a step ahead and turn tomorrow's challenges into your next advantage. Challenge, it's not something to shy away from. It's a chance to up your game. Your Channel Seed brand. Let's rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com or visit Buy Right Seeds in Miller and Darren Boyle Sales in Fort Pierre for more information. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
The homecoming week.
Aiden Myers with his third touchdown.
Reliable, safe, efficient, and
Myers with his third touchdown run of the ball game. Myers kicked the extra point, and that made it a 20-0 score. Stanley County again turned the football over and gave Kimball White Lake another short field to work. 6 plays, 22 yards. As they were able to put the ball in the end zone. This time it is Carter Konechny with a 14-yard touchdown reception from backup quarterback Keaton Christensen. Christensen will look with 2 receivers left, one to the right, back to pass, quick pass, a slant, and it's caught, and that's a touchdown. And a good pass there inside, and that is Carter Konechny with the reception. That was a well-thrown ball as the wind at that point was still blowing very hard out of the south-southeast, and Kimball White Lake going that direction. That was a well-thrown football and a good catch in traffic by Konechny to score that. Aiden Myers kicked in the extra point to make it 27-0. And we traded we traded the football back and forth. We got to see a Kimball White Lake punt at one point, but eventually Stanley County gave Kimball White Lake one more scoring opportunity, and the Wildcats were able to put the football in the end zone at the 3:58 mark of the first half. After a Stanley County interception, Kimball White Lake with a quick pass play. Keaton Christensen again off the bench at quarterback. He finds Lucas Lenz, and Lenz runs it in from 41 yards out to cap off the scoring in the first half for the Wildcats. Can look this time for the quarterback, the senior Park Sinclair. Myers is alongside. Back to pass. Now rolling to his right. That's actually Keaton Christensen, the quarterback. He'll fire it upfield. He's got a man, and it's caught, and that's a touchdown. Another well-thrown football from the quarterback, the sophomore quarterback, Keaton Christensen, his second touchdown pass of the first half. Carter Konechny kicked the extra point, and it is 34-0. Kimball White Lake leads at the halftime break. We'll take another 3-minute break, and we'll come back with scores as halftime continues here from Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre on KPLO.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been the faces you expect, so you get everything you need right here in the place you call home, now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
AA Field trying to gain on Freeman, Marion Freeman Academy. Well, they are victorious this evening as they already have come away with a victory as they are actually leading nearing halftime. 46-13 is the score in that ball game. They also trail Hill City. Hill City just about to close out on Phillip. The Scotties, who we saw last week with an impressive win over Jones County, well, Hill City's about to put 50 on them. It's 53-0 with 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. So Kimball White Lake, even with a victory here, probably not going to be able to move up as far as the standings, as far as the playoff implications are concerned. But Stanley County, who sits as the number 17 seed, is getting some help. Currently, they are trailing both Wabash Summit and Bennett County. Wabash Summit was already defeated this evening as we look for the score there, but we did see that they did get beat earlier this evening, 49-0 by Britton Hecla. Currently, Kadoka is leading Bennett County by a 14-6 score. That game is just about, if my memory is right, just about to the halftime break as Kadoka leads Bennett County in Kadoka. Both of those Wabash Summit's loss and possible loss for Bennett County would help Stanley County as far as their playoff implications are concerned. Here's some other scores. Area teams. Parkston is leading Platte Geddes. That's a 34-6 score. Lyman trailing New Underwood. They are at halftime 22-14. And we look in the 9-man, the 9A ranks, 24-14, Woolsey Wessington leading Bonham. Also, we see Wall 49-8. They lead Jones County. That is at halftime. And Harding County leading Bison Harding County Bison is leading Dupree 20-8. Faulkton all over North Central. It's 43-0. Lemon McIntosh 16-8 as they lead Timberlake. In 9B scores, Corsica Stickney defeats Sunshine Bible 44-0. And Sully Buttes 54-0. They are just about done with the half, finishing off Faith, and Sully Buttes will pick up another victory. They'll be 5-1 on the season. Faulkton 43-0 over North Central. In 11B, Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central with the lead over Miller Highmore Herald. That is a 33-7 score. Winner 16-0 over Mount Vernon Plankington. They are in the third quarter. Mobridge Pollock leads Webster area 15-0. That game is in the third quarter. Homecoming at Don Giese Field in Chamberlain. The Cubs leading Parker by an 8-0 score. That game is in the first quarter. And on the 11 AA ranks, we look at scores there. O'Gorman with a 28-7 lead over Pierre. Aberdeen Central 21-0 over Mitchell. Yankton leads Sturgis 21-0. Spearfish and Watertown, that's a good one. Spearfish leading 7-6. They are in the third quarter. Huron with a victory over Douglas by a 36-0 score. Here is Kimball White Lake 34, Stanley County 0. The WiLdKats will have the football when we return in 1 minute on KPLO.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
Before we start the second half, let's pause for station identification. You're listening to Regional High School Football.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. KPLO 94.5 Reliance Chamberlain. 100.5 Pier Fort Pier. When you're distracted, who's driving?
With John Neff at DRG Media Group's World Headquarters, I'm Darren Boyle. Kimball White Lake will have the football to start the second half. The WiLdKats with Carter Konechny and Iden Myers back to field. This will be the first time that they will attempt a kickoff return in the contest. Stanley County just breaking their huddle as they get set to kick the football away. It's the first time that the Buffaloes have kicked off in the contest. And the kicker for Stanley County is Trevor Caldwell. He is a 275-pound junior as he will get set to kick the football away as Kimball White Lake will have the football as we start this second half. Again, a very good crowd. Kimball White Lake always travels well. Stanley County supports as well as Stanley County will try to go onside, and the WiLdKats are ready for that as they cover the football up in a Just a smart play made there by the Wildcats as they get on top of the football. Vincent Lenz, the sophomore, will hang on to the football, and Kimball White Lake will have it 1st and 10. This is already their, this would be their 9th possession, making their 10th possession of the contest, as they'll have it from their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10, early in the 3rd quarter. It is 34-0 Kimball White Lake, as they will work with Myers in the deep back in the I formation as they hand the football off. Myers looking for running room. He spins out of one tackle but does not get out of the second as Q Bourne grabs on and hangs on and will bring Myers down after a short gain. It is a pickup of about 4, maybe 5 yards as we wait for the side marker. It's a gain of 4. And will bring up 2nd down and 6. They move the football into Stanley County territory to the Buffalo 48-yard line. And a 2nd down situation for Kimball White Lake, who will work from the center of the field. A wishbone look this time with the ends in tight. Sinclair under center will take the snap as he rolls and pitches back. This is Myers looking for running room. Myers has some running room. 1st down and more inside the 40 and bumped out down at the 36-yard line as a tackle made there by Whit Myers. So an Iden Myers run with Whit Myers making the defensive play, but it's a 1st down for Kimball White Lake as they move the football inside the 35-yard line of the 40-yard line of Stanley County, They'll have it at the Buffalo 36-yard line, 1st down and 10, as Kimball White Lake is in and out of the huddle in a hurry. Sinclair again under center. This time an eye set for the Wildcats as they have it off to Myers, short side. Myers may make one-man miss. Myers down the sideline and just about broke it, but instead will wind up going out of bounds. And there is a penalty marker down as and this is well back, and another holding penalty whistled against Kimball White Lake. And this, from a penalty standpoint, has not been the cleanest football game for either team. We did not mention for Stanley County, they were penalized 4 times in the first half. Kimball White Lake was penalized 5. They had a big reverse that was went for a long touchdown that was called back. An illegal block penalty. A holding penalty here will move the football back to the 46-yard line. And that will make it a 1st down again, but it'll be 1st down and about 18. As Kimball White Lake will come to the line of scrimmage. We're 90 seconds in to this 3rd quarter. As Sinclair will take the snap and roll, looks for some running room, pitches it back. Myers will make one-man miss, gets to the outside. That's Konechny, with the carry, and Carter Konechny could not get away as he gets to the outside. There's positive yardage there as he gets down to about the 41-yard line, but that will turn out to be a gain of 5, and it will bring up a 2nd down. And 2nd down and about 14 yards to go for for Kimball White Lake to move the chains. The Wildcats with their first possession of this 3rd quarter, as the play will come in from the sideline, as Dane Goodman brings the play in, and checking out for the moment will be Konechny. 2nd down with the football at Stanley County's 41-yard line. Sinclair again under center. They'll work the reverse. The football is loose, and that play is gobbled up by Stanley County. That reverse play, they used an inside handoff, and it did not get to Johnny Lenz cleanly. It winds up on the turf, and Stanley County was there defensively. There were several Stanley County players there defensively, including Whit Myers. And Myers is a little shaken up as he is down, and he will be tended to, and that will cause us to have a stoppage of play, as he is tended to on the sideline. It will be a 3rd down, about a 16-yard to go situation for Kimball White Lake as Myers gingerly walks his way to the sideline. And again, Stanley County, who has had more than their share of injuries throughout the regular season so far, have had a couple players that have been dinged up pretty good throughout the contest tonight. And, of course, they find themselves in a situation over the next few weeks where they need a victory or perhaps two to work their way into the playoffs. Sinclair with a straight drop back to pass. He's going to try to set up a screen, but Stanley County defends it well. Now Sinclair is on the move, makes a man miss, then another. Still on his feet as he gets the football inside the 35 and down to about the 31-yard line. On 3rd and 16, the quarterback for Kimball White Lake, Park Sinclair, made something out of nothing as he moves the football inside the 35-yard line down to the 32-yard line, and instead of it being 4th and forever, it's going to be about 4th and 6. And that will be an opportunity for Kimball White Lake to keep possession of the football. And for Stanley County, well, they might not be able to undo a 34-0 deficit, but an opportunity to build some confidence and do some things on the defensive end. Play comes in late from the WiLdKats as Dane Goodman brings it in from the sideline, and now Kimball White Lake's going to have to hurry, and head coach Ryan Skulzak knows that, so they will have to burn a timeout, which is their first timeout of the second half. 8:14 remains in the quarter. It is 34-0 Kimball White Lake, and we're back in 30 seconds on KPLO.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Some fireworks in the second quarter in that Kadoka-Bennett County game. It was 14-6 when we talked about the score at halftime, and they are still in the second quarter with 4 minutes remaining in the half out in Kadoka. 22-14 is our score, or their score, as Kadoka has the lead. We watch that because that has definite implications for Stanley County as far as the 9AA playoffs are concerned. Back to pass Sinclair. He'll fire the deep ball upfield, and it is thrown short. The intended receiver for the WiLdKats as they work it upfield is intended for Johnny Lenz. He was open as he got away from the Stanley County defense. It is incomplete. Stanley County will turn over Kimball White Lake on downs. That's the second time that has happened in the ball game. And now Stanley County, who will have the football as they place it at the 32-yard line. They'll have it there, first down and 10. Stanley County has just struggled a lot offensively, and you can tell just due to injury, they're playing different people in different positions and just not a lot of offensive crispness. We have not seen that from Stanley County at all in the first half so far. We'll see what they do here in the third quarter. Direct snap. This is the quarterback, Prince, who looks for some running room but will not find much, and he is gang tackled by this Kimball White Lake defense. It will turn out to be a loss of about 2 yards on the play, back to the 30-yard line, and it will bring up second down. We'll call it 11 for Stanley County, but it's a long 11 at that, and it will bring up a second down situation. Inside of 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter, as Kimball White Lake still has that lead that they had at halftime, 34-0. The Buffaloes will change up personnel. Cash Richardson in there at quarterback as he'll try to look for some running room, and he is not going to find much. The Kimball White Lake defense is there, and Q Bourne shaken up on that play. I'm not sure if he was even was touched by anybody, but he's a little gingerly walking back to the sideline, and we are going to have a timeout taken by Stanley County. Buffaloes will use their first timeout of the third quarter, as it is a third down and long situation upcoming for Stanley County. 7:05 remains in the third. It is 34-0 Kimball White Lake. We're back in 30 seconds on KPLO.
Do you have a pet? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business.
Bigger acres ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 7:05 remains in the third quarter. Both teams have used a timeout offensively in this third period, as Stanley County facing a third down and long situation. Weston Prince will line up at quarterback here. He is changed off with Cash Richardson some. Two receivers to the near side. One of those is the junior wideout Paxton Deal. And Prince is back to pass. He looks, he fires. It is tipped and it's intercepted. Interception made by Kimball White Lake, and that is Graydon Holen. And Holen with the return, and he is in for a touchdown. Graydon Holen, the 5'11 senior. He'll run it in from 28 yards out. And that interception return, there is a penalty marker down, so let's don't put the points on the board as of yet. A penalty marker that sits at about the 20 or about the 30-yard line. So we'll see what happens there, and that is a penalty against Stanley County. So the touchdown will score. That is an interception return for Kimball White Lake, and that is Graydon Holen who will score the touchdown to make it a 40-0 score. So that touchdown comes at the 6:52 mark of the third quarter. Prince was trying to get it downfield to Paxton Deal, and he waited as long as he could before he released the football. And by doing that, the defense was there, tipped the football, and it was, it just bounded short. And that allowed Holen to make the reception, and he is able to run it in for the touchdown. Iden Myers will try the extra point, the snap, the spot, the kick is up, and it is good. And it is 41-0, Kimball White Lake with 6:52 remaining in quarter number 3. We'll take a 60-second break and return. The WiLdKats will kick next on KPLO.
Business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Graydon Holen's 28-yard interception return makes it 41-0. We'll have a running clock as the ball bounds upfield. Another line drive kick, and here is Stanley County with the return far side. Whit Myers, I believe, with the return man, as he is bounced and out of bounds. He is still on his backside over on the far side of the field. And for Stanley County, they will start this drive here, 1st and 10, with the football at the 26-yard line. And Stanley County again will be able to go to work. That is the 6th turnover. That interception that was returned for a touchdown by Kimball White Lake is the 6th turnover for Stanley County in this football game. 2 interceptions and 4 fumbles. And we do have a injured player over on the far side, and that is an injured Stanley County player being tended to by the training staff here. And with a stoppage of play, 6:04 remains in the third quarter. 41-0, Kimball White Lake in control, and we're back in 1 minute on KPLO.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. so farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Injured player for Stanley County with Whit Myers after the kickoff return, and he's able to get up and move away from the field of play. He was out of bounds, but in an area where he needed to be tended to before play could resume, and Stanley County will start out here 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. They'll move the football forward, get it to about the 30, which is a gain of 4 for the Buffaloes, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 6-yard to go situation. A Stanley County ball club that has already been banged up has been banged up some more by a hard-hitting Kimball White Lake football team that has been physical and has used that to their advantage from almost what seemed like the opening kickoff. Stanley County, as we recapped, fumbled the football in their first play from scrimmage, and that allowed Kimball White Lake to work with a short field, and that was a recurring theme throughout the first half. But Stanley County's defense has stiffened and has played much better from about midway through from about the second quarter on, and they've been able to slow Kimball White Lake up some, but they have not been able to quit giving up the football. And Stanley County 6 turnovers. Well, I think that has led to like 5 of the touchdowns, including that last touchdown, the interception returned by Graydon Holen. So it is 41-0 Kimball White Lake leading, and a 3rd down situation for Stanley County here. It's 3rd down and 6. The football rests just across the Buffalo 31-yard line, and they need to get the football past the 35 to the 36 to move the chains, and now movement and a whistle, and that is going to be a delay of game against Stanley County. And at this point of the football game, I think if you're either head coach, you are not going to be happy with the penalties and also with the turnovers if you're Stanley County. Kimball White Lake has had an interception as well in this contest and did not look very sharp through about the second half of the second quarter. Is now another whistle, and a dead ball and a false start penalty is going to be whistled against Stanley County. So another 5-yard mark off. And now Stanley County, who the couple plays ago, or a moment ago, when they were getting ready to face a 3rd down and 5, now find himself facing a 3rd down and 15. And here is Weston Prince. He's going to fire a deep ball up the field, and it is caught. Reception made there by Paxton Deal, and Deal has made a couple good catches for Stanley County, and that is one of them, probably his best catch of the night. Came back in the first quarter where he made an acrobatic jumping play to make an interception. That was Kimball White Lake's only turnover of the ball game, and it looked like they were going to be able to drive for an easy score, but a nice, well, like I said, an athletic interception catch made there that slowed down a Kimball White Lake drive, and now they convert on 3rd and long as Deal makes another nice catch. So Prince, this is actually Richardson who takes the snap this time, and he has nowhere to go. And he is going to be pushed back after what would be a very short gain, as the Kimball White Lake defense very quick to the football, as they were able to make the stop there for no gain, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 10-yard to go situation. We'll see Stanley County take on Lyman in volleyball action on Monday night on KPLO, and then on Tuesday night it will be Highmore Herald hosting Sully Buttes. We'll get things underway with our match coverage both Monday and Tuesday nights at around 7 o'clock on KPLO. We'll talk about the Vikings here in a minute. They have a special game coming up on Sunday. Back to pass. This is Prince. He's going to fire a deep ball again, and this time in double coverage, Paxton Deal cannot make the catch, and that is incomplete. And there is a penalty marker down, and there is going to be a personal foul whistled against Kimball White Lake as they're going to call roughing the passer there, and that will move the football upfield 15 yards, and that will give Stanley County an automatic first down. And the Vikings playing in London as they will take on the New York Jets and their old friend Aaron Rodgers. And it is an 8:30 a.m. scheduled kickoff. If you've ever tailgated with pancakes and sausage and bacon, you can do that, as it is Sunday morning football. And we'll have it for you on KPLO. We are your home for Minnesota Vikings football. 7:30 a.m. with the Vikings pregame right here on KPLO. Clock running continuously here after they mark off the penalty yardage. We're down to 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Here is Richardson back at quarterback, kind of a wildcat formation there as he keeps it himself. And Richardson with the carry into Kimball White Lake territory as they move the football inside the 40 and down to the 36-yard line. So that 15-yard penalty helped their cause, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 3. Scoreboard comes to you from Darren Boyle Sales. I invite you to check out my large selection of new and used farm equipment at the lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Like the Darren Boyle Sales Facebook page. Shop online anytime at darrenboylesales.com. We go to the fourth with Kimball White Lake in control. We're back in 1 minute on KPLO.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
For Stanley County, they have the football at Kimball White Lake's 36-yard line. Again, they'll run the Wildcat with Richardson taking the direct snap, and he'll work his way forward and down to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 4-yard to go situation. Parkston taking care of Platte Gettys in 9AA. It is a 40-6 score in that contest. As we mentioned, Hill City defeats Phillip 53-0. That game is final now. New Underwood leading Lyman 36-14. And Kadoka area 22-14. They lead Bennett County. That game is at halftime in Kadoka. Stanley County here, 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Prince back at quarterback as he'll roll to his right, and he fires it upfield. Pass is incomplete as the intended receiver out there with Cash Richardson, but he could not hang on to it. And the pass thrown incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down and about 3 yards to go. And Stanley County, who has trailed they have trailed throughout as Kimball White Lake scored on their first possession of the ball game. We'll go for it here. This is for the Buffaloes. This is their deepest penetration into Wildcat territory, and Stanley County will use their 2nd timeout of this second half. 41-0, Kimball White Lake leading. We'll pause for 30 seconds on KPLO.
We connect people. Have been for 100 years or so. How we get that done? Well, that won't always be the same. But why we connect people? Not in a million years is that ever going to change. We didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
Ahead maximizes your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Ag Tegra cooperative today. Scores from 11B, Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central, a team we will see play Chamberlain next week. Our leading Miller Highmore Herald 47-0. Also winner, that's final as they defeat Mount Vernon Plankington 16-0. St. Thomas More defeats Belfouche 48-0. And Mobridge Pollock with a 22-0 lead over Webster area. That game is in the fourth quarter. Chamberlain, homecoming for the Cubs tonight. They are in command 22-0 as they lead Parker. And that game is in the fourth quarter. Chamberlain looks like they might be able to pick up their first victory of the season. And here for Stanley County, it is 4th down and 4 with the football at Kimball White Lake's 34-yard line. Prince, the quarterback, as the man comes in motion, they'll do a little razzle-dazzle. And this is Prince firing it upfield, and that pass is intercepted. And here comes Kimball White Lake down the sideline. Interception made by the WiLdKats. And the interception there by Dane Goodman, and he'll run it upfield. And Goodman with the interception will move it into Stanley County territory and down to the 39-yard line. Turnover number 7 in the contest for the Buffaloes. As they tried the old double reverse pass play. And the pass was thrown short, and Goodman made the interception and then added to it with a very nice return as they will move the football forward. Kimball White Lake with it as the clock continues to run here. And it looks like the WiLdKats are going to try to work with some different personnel as the clock continues to run here. And now
by the way, Miss England, your husband gave you up in our...
The officials asked to stop the clock here as Kimball White Lake, they're trying to line up a lot of different new faces and a lot of clean jerseys here as they control this football game. They have it at Stanley County's 39-yard line. And another situation for the WiLdKats where they will have the football at, or Kimball White Lake will have the football in Stanley County territory. We will see Keaton Christensen back in the ball game. Christensen has thrown for 2 touchdown passes in the contest, shown a good arm. The sophomore quarterback will line him up. Stanley County looks like they'll put some different faces out there as well. In the final 9:43 of this ball game, it is 41-0, Kimball White Lake leading. As now both teams have broken the huddle, and the officials giving both of these teams a little bit of an extra time out there to make sure everybody gets lined up and where they need to be. And now the WiLdKats will work with an I formation set. Christensen will hand the football off on a running play here, and positive yardage for Kimball White Lake. They pick up some 8 or 9 yards there as the ball carrier is Park Sinclair. And back there to make the tackle for Stanley County, Whit Myers. He's just a sophomore. We've seen him play a lot of varsity play. He was shaken up earlier, so it's good to see him back out there. And also number 26, that is Ezra Rutherford. He is a sophomore for Stanley County, seeing his first first playing time here on homecoming night. Second down and short for Kimball White Lake. They'll hand it up the middle. Ball carrier this time is Gunnar Fugan. And the freshman there will have a first down and more as he gets it inside Stanley County's 20 and down to the 16-yard line. So this drive starts at the 39 of the Buffaloes, and 2 plays later, Kimball White Lake's second unit finds themselves inside the 20 as they have the football at the 17-yard line. 8.5 minutes remain in the ball game. Kimball White Lake in control. They will improve to 5-1 on the season. Christensen takes the snap, pitches it back, running play there for Vincent Lenz, and Lenz still on his feet as he bounces to the outside, and he is in for a touchdown. as he will run it in from some 17 yards out. As Kimball White Lake will add to the total. Vincent Lenz with the touchdown. Lenz, a 155-pound sophomore. And that will add to the lead for Kimball White Lake. That makes it 47-0. And I think the WiLdKats, with this second unit out there, are going to line up and go for two. Reagan Myers will be the fullback in that I formation set. Vincent Lenz, they'll hand it off to Myers, and he is in. The fullback dive for two. And with 8:16 remaining in the ball game, Kimball White Lake 49 and Stanley County 0. And the WiLdKats will kick off in 1 minute on KPLO.
Now, what if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Nice 39 yards on the scoring drive for Kimball White Lake. The second unit does work, and they do good work. Vincent Lenz, 17-yard touchdown run for the Kimball White Lake WiLdKats. Reagan Myers with the two-point conversion. And the WiLdKats getting set to kick off. And kicking the football, this is Adley Rendell, as he will kick it off, and the Buffaloes with an opportunity for a return. The return man, Jack Deal. And Deal up across the 40 to the 44-yard line. He spun out of a tackle, and the freshman, it looked like he had some daylight, but that was closed quickly by Kimball White Lake. But Stanley County is going to wind up with good field position here. This will be their 10th possession of the contest, and from their own 44-yard line, Stanley County will work. And again, they have a few, we mentioned the injury situation at Stanley and Kimball White Lake anyway, so it'll be interesting to see what the second unit looks like for Stanley County, but they will take the field. They'll have a fresh quarterback out there. And that quarterback is Joe Malm, the sophomore for Stanley County. And they will go to work here with 7:08 remaining in the quarter. And again, the officials showing some good leeway, as we do have an injured Kimball White Lake player down. This was after he left the field, and now they are asking for Stanley County's training staff to come across, and he will be tended to, and that is why we have a stoppage of play. But I was also going to mention these officials getting these second unit players out there in a ball game that could have a running clock. They are giving both of these teams quite a bit of leeway to making sure that these second unit players are out there and ready to go with the chin straps buckled and things like that, as again they tend to an injured Kimball White Lake player down on the sideline, and he was away from the play, and it was well after that kickoff return by Stanley County. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he continues to be tended to down on the field on the sideline here on the Kimball White Lake sideline. And we'll take another timeout here with 7:08 remaining fourth quarter. Kimball White Lake 49, Stanley County 0, and we will take a 60-second break and return and make it a 30-second break on KPLO.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
Well, they continue to tend to an injured Kimball White Lake player, and again, we do not see his number, but he is still being tended to, and the officials believing that he is far enough away from the field of play that they will try to get us back to action here and try to get this ball game completed. Stanley County trying to snap here on a 1st and 10 situation with the football at their own 44-yard line, but this play blown dead, so we'll sort that out, and it looks like we are going to have, I don't think anybody was, or either team was ready for play, or at least the officials were not, so they're actually going to call that a incomplete pass, apparently was the situation there, and it will bring up 2nd down and 10. The injured player for Kimball White Lake is Adley Rendell. Now he's up on his feet, and that's good to see because sometimes when a player's down for what appeared to be not much of a reason, you kind of wonder what could possibly be going on, but the fact that he is up and moving around is good to see, and now we are going to see a timeout taken by Stanley County here. It'll be a 2nd down and 10-yard to go situation for the Buffaloes, but a timeout here with 6:04 remaining. Kimball White Lake 49, Stanley County 0, and again, we'll pause for 1 minute on KPLO.
Wind Circle, operating since 1995. We combine quality customer service and experience with the right technology to meet your needs. Our cybersecurity certified technicians will make sure your systems are secure. Services offered are video and data cabling, service and support contracts, cutting-edge camera systems to door security devices. Wind Circle has many hardware options: Dell, HP, Cisco, SonicWall, and Ruckus, to name a few. Our staff has over 30 years of combined network design and cabling experience at your disposal. Call us today, 605-224-1111, and request a free quote. Again, that's 605-224-1111.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Everroot motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
2nd down and 10 for Stanley County. We have 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. It's all Kimball White Lake here. They're going to come away with the victory, but Stanley County and their 2nd unit will get an opportunity to work here defensively, or offensively, we should say, and some positive yards there for the Buffaloes, and a running play for Stanley County that will move the football into Kimball White Lake territory as the ball carrier for Stanley County, now he appears to be shaken up as the training staff for the athletic trainer here for Stanley County. They're from Avera, actually, but here for this Stanley County football game, he is getting a good workout in this evening. There was a player down on the Kimball White Lake side. He was asked to come back over to the Stanley County side, and now he's back out on the field tending to an injured Stanley County player. And he is tended to at the moment as well. 5:33 remains in the ball game. 49-0 is our score. And as we wait for him to be tended to, we'll take another 30-second break and return. We'll be back with some scores next on KPLO.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
injured Stanley County player was Ezra Rutherford, the sophomore running back. He had a good running play there, picked up about 9 yards. It's 3rd and short as Stanley County will hand it off, and a running play here will result in a first down for the Buffaloes. The second unit will move the chains as Jack Deal, the freshman, will get upfield and pick up positive yards. He'll get to the 44-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Again, Hill City knocks off Phillip this evening. That's a 49-0 score. Wolsey Wessington 38-14 over Bonham. Parkston leading Platte Geddes 46-12. Walton able to move it upfield for for Kimball White Lake, Coy Monin in there to make the stop after a 4-yard gain. And it will bring up a 2nd down and 6-yard to go situation for Stanley County. We invite you to stay with us during the post game. We'll have the big play of the game brought to you by the folks at Golden Buffalo. We will have also our player of the game announcement. That will come, and it is brought to you by the folks at CHS River Plains. 2nd down and 6 for Stanley County. Their quarterback is Joe Malm, and Malm will hand the football off, and this is Deal. Jack Deal with the running play. He'll try to get the corner turn, but pursuit by Kimball White Lake will prevent the touchdown, but a good running play there for Jack Deal. The freshman gets the football to the 30-yard line. That'll move the chains once again, and it will be another first down for Stanley County. The Buffaloes trailing 49-0 in this ball game, looking for something to add a little joy to what has been a rough homecoming night for the Buffaloes, who have turned the football over 7 times in this contest, and Kimball White Lake has been able to, they've been able to take advantage of it and exploit it all night long as the Buffaloes run the football upfield, and not a lot of running room there. As the Kimball White Lake defense will get in there and make the stop. A short gain, be a gain of about 1 yard on the play, which will bring up 2nd down. Coy Monin again in there to make the stop for Kimball White Lake, 185-pound freshman. There's some good size for some of the young men here for Kimball White Lake, and tackle made there for short gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 2.5 minutes remain in this contest as Kimball White Lake is in control. Joe Malm will work under center, an I formation look. Deal will be the deep back. They'll pitch it to him. Looking for some running room. He'll try to turn the corner and cut it back, but Kimball White Lake does a good job of plugging up the pursuit lanes. Joseph Skluzak will make the tackle for Kimball White Lake. It will be a gain of 4, and it will bring up 3rd down and 6, and we have 2 minutes remaining in this one. For Stanley County, they will have Potter County on their schedule remaining. And it'll be their last game of the season for Stanley County. They get next Friday off, and that will be good for them and an opportunity to heal. As Malm back to pass, he'll look, he'll fire, and he tries to get it into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Tried to get it to Jace Hand, who was open, but it was just out of his fingertips and incomplete. And it will be 3rd down, make it 4th down now, and 6 yards to go. So Stanley County with the loss will drop to 1-6 on the season, but they will take on a Potter County squad who is looking for their first win of the season, and that could very well, as we kind of did some quick math earlier today, and we did a little more this evening. And for Stanley County, I think if they beat Kimball White Lake and get a little help next week, and they've got some help this weekend as the 15 and 16 seeds in 9AA have also been defeated. For Kimball White Lake, well, it's homecoming for Gregory next week, and Kimball White Lake will come to town. Wolsey Wessington will play in Kimball on the 18th. That'll be the final game of the regular season. It'll be 4th down and about 11 yards to go as the yard marker over on the far side, who has gotten a workout tonight as we have worked back and forth. Finally, we'll move the football, or move the yard marker over on the far side back. It'll be 4th down and 11 for Stanley County. This could be the final play of the football game as Malm Joe Malm, the quarterback, will snap it. Running play, that is Deal. And Deal is stopped short, and there is your ball game. 49-0 is our score as Kimball White Lake will pick up the victory. Scoreboard brought to you by Darren Boyle Sales. I invite you to check out the large selection of new and used farm equipment at my lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Great year-end deals during my inventory reduction event. You can check it all out online at DarrenBoyleSales.com. We will take a timeout, a 3-minute break. Post-game is next on KPLO.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also
explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
At Mobridge Country Inn and Guide Service, locally owned on Highway 12 and 20 West. Enjoy clean linens, plenty of amenities, and a comfortable stay with authentic country hospitality. The inn is within walking distance to most of the town's attractions. Guests can enjoy continental breakfast, barbecue grills, HD cable TV, microwaves, refrigerators, free Wi-Fi, and much more throughout the property. Book guided fishing trips through the front desk. Proud supporter of all South Dakota high school activities.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Find out more on Facebook or attend their meetings held the first Monday of each month at 6 p.m. at the Fort Pierre Senior Center. Stanley County Booster Club, proud to be SC.
Post game underway back here at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. We will chronicle a victory for Kimball White Lake. Victory number 5 on the season now as they set with a 5-1 overall record. Stanley County will drop to 1-6. And a much-needed bye week for the Buffaloes as they will wait until the 18th for their final regular season game, and that will see them taking on Potter County, which will more than likely be a win-you're-in situation for the Buffaloes, a chance for them to still make the playoffs. Wabash Summit was already defeated earlier today. Bennett County trailing Kimball White Lake. That ball game is in the late in the second half as well. So if they could get a little bit of help, perhaps a little bit more help tomorrow, Stanley County still with a chance to make the playoffs. For Kimball White Lake, they have Gregory next Friday night and then finish up with undefeated Woolsey Wessington. This is a solid football club in Kimball White Lake. They set at 5-1 now, but just looking at things, it's perhaps going to be a little difficult for Kimball White Lake to really move up much as far as the playoff standings are concerned. But, of course, 2 games remain for most teams, although Stanley County's bye week comes up next week. But, they're still putting together a very solid year, and they came out and did what they needed to do, which was take control of this ball game early, and they were able to do that. Stanley County wound up with the football first, and the Buffaloes playing a lot of different players in a lot of different positions due to injury, and they wind up fumbling the football in their first play from scrimmage. That gave Kimball White Lake the opportunity for a short field, and they did that a lot in the first half. 5 plays, 33 yards in the scoring drive. The first touchdown for Kimball White Lake came at the 10-10 mark of the opening quarter. It was a 1-yard Aiden Myers touchdown run. He kicked the extra point, and the WiLdKats had the lead by a score of 7-0. Stanley County with a 3-and-out. They punt to the WiLdKats. They start a drive from their own 37-yard line. They had some big running plays that chewed up big chunks of yardage. Eventually, it was Aiden Myers who ran it in from 12 yards out. It's another short drive, 3 plays, 63 yards in the scoring drive. Myers kicked in the extra point to make it a 14-0 score. Stanley County turns the football over again on their next possession, which gives Kimball White Lake another short field of work, again from the 33-yard line. But you start to see Stanley County's defense, who was tested all night long, start to stiffen a little bit. But Kimball White Lake was able to prevail eventually. They started out with the football in the first quarter. It rolled over into the first play of the second quarter, where Kimball White Lake was able to run it in. Again, it was Aiden Myers, his third touchdown of the half. He runs it in from 4 yards out. Missed the extra point try, though, but Kimball White Lake had the lead at that point by a 20-7 score. Stanley County again turns the football over. Again, deep in in Stanley County territory, Kimball White Lake had the football, this time from the 22-yard line of Stanley County. The WiLdKats had a couple penalties that moved things up, but Kimball White Lake was still able to move the football forward and eventually put the ball in the end zone. Carter Konechny with a 14-yard touchdown reception from Keaton Christensen. Again, Aiden Myers kicked the extra point, and Kimball White Lake was able to extend the lead there. We are at the 9:40 mark of the second quarter, where it was 27-0. Again, Stanley County turns the football over. And again, Kimball White Lake with another offensive opportunity. This time, Keaton Christensen dialed long distance, and the sophomore quarterback who was throwing into the wind in quarter number 2, he threw a beautiful pass upfield that was caught by Lucas Lenz. Lenz was able to run it in from a touchdown from 41 yards out, and that is where we were after Carter Konechny kicked the extra point. And that made it a 34-0 score, and that is where we were at halftime. We go into the third quarter, where Stanley County, of course, trying to stretch the field a little bit, try to get some offensive rhythm. They throw the football upfield, a tipped pass from a quarterback, Weston Prince, that was intercepted and returned for a touchdown, 28 yards by Graydon Holan. Aiden Myers kicked the extra point. Kimball White Lake leading 41-0 at that point. The last touchdown for Kimball White Lake, it was the second unit that went out and did work in the fourth quarter. Scoring at the 8:16 mark of the fourth quarter, it was Vincent Lenz who runs it in from 17 yards out. Reagan Myers runs it in for the 2-point conversion. 49-0 is our score, as Kimball White Lake will come away with the victory here. Again, they are 5-1 on the season, and with the loss, Stanley County drops to 1-6. It's time for our big play of the game, and that is brought to you by the folks at Golden Buffalo.
The KPLO Sports Big Play of the Game is brought to you by your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, where you can play big. The Golden Buffalo Casino is proud of all our area youth and all of their accomplishments in activities. Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, is a proud sponsor of KPLO Sports Big Play of the Game.
Well, it was a 49-0 win for Kimball White Lake, as again they pick up their 5th victory of the season. There were lots of big plays in this ball game, but none bigger than that 28-yard interception return from Graydon Holan that came in the third quarter. It is our big play of the game. And Prince is back to pass. He looks, he fires. It is tipped, and it's intercepted. Interception made by Kimball White Lake, and that is Graydon Holan. And Holan with the return, and he is in for a touchdown. That turned out to be a 28-yard interception return at the 6:52 mark of the third quarter by Graydon Holan, and it is our big play of the game, and it is brought to you by the folks at Golden Buffalo. Finally, in our post game, it is our player of the game announcement, and that comes to you via the folks at CHS River Plains.
Harvest is underway, and at CHS River Plains, we're here to help you finish strong. Whether you're looking for fall fertilizer, expert soil sampling, or a reliable post-harvest burn-down application, we've got the tools and support you need to make the most of your season. This is Matt Mortensen asking you to trust our team to provide the right products and services to keep your fields productive and your operation running smoothly. CHS River Plains, your partner in success from planting to harvest and beyond.
Well, we look at the Stanley County side for their nominees for player of the game, and Paxton Deal, the junior wideout, normally, started out the season playing quarterback for Stanley County, but they moved him to the outside as a wide receiver. He had a couple pretty good pass catches, also a very athletic interception in the first quarter of this football game. You want to see a nice defensive play made. You'll see that. You can check it out on the KPLO page at drgnews.com as we archive this live video. A nice catch made there by the interception for Paxton Deal. That was the only turnover for Kimball White Lake in the ball game. But Kimball White Lake with a very strong offensive performance. Iden Myers with 3 touchdowns in the first half, runs of 1, 12, and 4 yards. Myers also was 5 of 6 in the extra point game as he kicked the extra points as well for Kimball White Lake, and he is our player of the game, and that is brought to you by the folks at CHS River Plains. High school volleyball comes your way Monday night on KPLO. We'll be back at Parkview Gym in Fort Pierce. Stanley County hosts Lyman, and we'll be on the air with our match coverage at around 7 o'clock. Tuesday night, it will be volleyball action from Highmore as Highmore Herald. They will host Sully Buttes, and that will be around 7 o'clock with our match coverage from the Hyde County Memorial Auditorium in Highmore. Next Friday night, it will be Chamberlain at Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central for football action next Friday night. Chamberlain looked like they were going to pick up their first victory of the season as they led Parker. And we'll have action there next Friday night on KPLO. And, of course, don't forget Minnesota Vikings football. Vikings in London this Sunday. It's an early morning kickoff as they take on the New York Jets. And kickoff scheduled for 8:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m. with your Vikings pregame on your home for Minnesota Vikings football, 94.5 FM KPLO. Homecoming here at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. Nobody does fireworks better in the state of South Dakota, in my mind, than the Fort Pierre Fire Department, and they do what they do here. Give them a chance to blow something up, and they will. And they are doing a good job with the fireworks display here at Ole Williamson Field to cap off homecoming here at Stanley County. On your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. You have someplace to be. We would like to thank those of you who have joined us worldwide on the KPLO page at drgnews.com. Our coverage of regional high school sports on KPLO brought to you by Bauman Lumber, Zander Auto Parts, the Hawaii Federal Credit Union, Purdy and Electric, the Stanley County Booster Club, Avera Health, the Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Access Health, Appear, the Pierre Regional Airport, and the First Dakota National Bank. Coverage of regional high school sports on KPLO also brought to you by Darren Boyle Sales, CHS River Plains, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, the Golden Buffalo Casino, Buy Right Seed, Agtegra, Riverview Power Sports in Oklahoma, the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection, the May Adam Law Firm, and by Bank West Insurance. Our coverage of regional high school sports throughout the season is also brought to you by Venture Communications, Wagner Auto, and Titan Machinery. John Neff has been our technical director at DRG Media Group's world headquarters, and I'm Darren Boyle from Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. We bid you all a very pleasant evening.